that's a song. I'm surprised Rich didn't call in and go, get that song off my radio.
Yeah.
But there's nobody who doesn't like that song.
That's a great song. It's probably one of the most like hypest woman songs ever. Like I do feel like a woman listening to that song.
Do you really now?
Yeah,
How does
don't you?
that feel? No, how does that feel exactly?
It feels kind of like period pains,
like period
like
pain?
cramps.
That's what it feels like to feel like a woman?
Feels like cramps, but you're wearing heels. Woo!
Bring back Jenny. Bring back Jenny.
She's not here today. She got sick for whatever reason.
What does that mean?
I poisoned her.
I was going to say, that was shade?
Okay.
During Women's History Month? Where's the unity?
Text message at 53921 says, dancing with my little 5-month-old little girl to this song and getting the biggest morning smiles. Shania's an excellent surprise and WTF moment when I got in my car this morning. Yes, you would not expect to hear that 25 years later on KDWB. All right, we're going to do some talkbacks on the Talkback feature. The iHeartRadio app is give me a fun fact about yourself. Simple as that. Just a fun fact about yourself. Vaughn, give me a fun fact about yourself.
I went to a late night talk show and I got pulled out of line, and me and my friend were like, oh, what's going on? And they were like, oh, we're shooting a segment and you're going to be standing next to Kim Fields, who played Tootie in The Facts of Life.
Oh!
Yes.
So we got to like meet her real quick, and then they really just wanted to COVID test us to make sure we weren't going to get her sick, because she was like an arm not even away from me, but it was just so cool, and she was very sweet.
A good
Neat.
fun fact.
Wow.
Okay, Bailey can say that this is Bailey can say the alphabet backwards.
That's my fun
but
fact.
I want you to do this as if you're doing the talk back. So you would say, "Hi, I'm Bailey. I'm from whatever." So go ahead and do your thing.
Hi, I'm Bailey. I'm from Minneapolis, and my fun fact is that I can say the alphabet backwards.
Okay, well now actually do it.
All right. ZYXWVUT SRQPONM LKJ IHG FED CBA. Me with sing you won't time next. CBAs I know my now.
When you get drunk and lonely and bored at a party, you'd be like, "Guys, watch me, watch me."
I stand on the coffee table and they're
Look
like,
at me.
Bailey's at it again.
Exactly.
Like ZYXW.
Let us know your name, where you're from, and your fun fact about yourself on Talkback Tuesday.
Hey, this is Dylan, and I'm from Owatonna. Fun fact about me is I can hold one eyebrow in place and individually move the other eyebrow up and down, as well as doing a wave with them. I always do that in front of my friends, and they always try to copy or try it, and they're like, how do you do that? I just, over the years since a kid, I've been doing it all my life, so pretty sweet.
I'm impressed.
Wow.
Seriously, it's a good party trick. Guys, watch this.
Modern Jim Carrey over here.
Doing the wave with your eyebrow.
That's
that is
cool.
Just to say it like that sounds hilarious.
All right, here's another one. Give me a fun fact about yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Kristen, and my fun fact about me is that my pupils are not in the middle of my eyes.
What?
They're actually towards the center of my face just a little bit and up, so they are not in the middle of the iris. So thank you guys, love you.
That sounds kind of hot. You know what else is hot? A girl with a little gap in her teeth.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it out there, and then I'm going to leave it alone. I mean, great straight teeth are great. Shout out to orthodontists, but a girl with a little gap in her teeth. And apparently girls with their pupils not quite the center of the eyeball.
You're like, she sounded hot with her pupils not in the center
Sounds
of her
hot.
eyeball.
Sounds hot. All right, here's another one.
Hi guys, it's Kate from Bloomington. My random fun fact about myself is I won a random talent show at a work party because I can sing with my mouth closed. Not quite like a ventriloquist. I look kind of like a squirrel with my cheeks full, but I can do it.
I believe you.
I want to
Why
hear
didn't
it.
you hear?
Why didn't you do
it
it
for us? Okay.
Oh.
Fun fact: get on the radio with your fun fact about yourself. Everybody's got something. I'm trying to think if Susan has a fun fact about herself.
Yeah, is she a fun woman? Or?
No, she's
my,
not.
My mom's fun fact that I always remember is that she shook George Bush's hand once at a trade show, and she wasn't wearing shoes. So,
Because your mom is the same woman who goes back to the hotel room and soaks her feet in the hotel room toilet.
yeah, and it was probably at one of those functions, but she was like setting up her, I don't know, little area, and she wasn't wearing shoes because this is back in the day when you wore heels everywhere.
Okay, yeah.
And then they were like, well, George Bush is in the house. And so she's like running to go meet George Bush. She's like, I'm a president. And then shakes his hand and says, hello, my name is Rhonda Hess. It's nice to meet you. And she wasn't wearing shoes.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
And go ahead, more fun facts on the Talkback feature.
Good morning. My name is Amy, and I live in Dallas, Texas. Fun fact, I was born with teeth and bunions. They actually thought my feet were broken at first.
dang, what?
Born with teeth? Can you imagine a little baby, like a little newborn, smiling at you with big old choppers? Okay, you're creepy.
Like Steve Harvey teeth, like, hello.
That would be super weird. Like a baby born with glasses. Yeah. Baby comes out, it's like, wait, that baby's born with glasses.
That's how I feel when I see babies with full heads of hair. That's like long. I'm like,
Yeah. All right, couple of more.
A little fun fact, I'm very good at untying knots. For some weird reason, I'm very good at it.
Nice.
You would come in handy like on a camping trip.
Yeah.
Or at the gym.
Or when your jewelry gets all tangled up.
Yeah. Everybody needs a friend like that. Hey, Jay, can you come over? Yeah, my shoes are all knotted up. Thanks for those. We appreciate it. It's Talkback Tuesday on KDWB.
The Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
Brought to you by 612 Injured, Heimer and Lammer's Injury Law. So they carted off, what's-her-face yesterday to the hospital, Wendy Williams. And because she's staying in an assisted living facility, and she tossed a note out the window from the 5th floor that said, help, signed Wendy.
Yeah.
So somebody found it, and they said, oh, my God, what do I do? Well, they called the police, and they took her down for a mental evaluation, and she actually did fine, apparently. Taylor Swift going to perform next week at the iHeartRadio Music Awards on Fox. However, her attendance at the ceremony is not guaranteed. Let me explain. So the award show is on Monday, St. Patrick's Day, second anniversary of her opening night of the Eras Tour. Yes, that was 2 years ago already.
Wow.
So iHeart, that's our company, has confirmed that Fox will air an exclusive performance from that opening night show, which took place in Glendale, Arizona. And she will be honored with a Tour of the Century Award and has been nominated in 10 categories, including Pop Artist of the Year, Favorite Surprise Guest, which was Travis Kelce in London, Favorite Tour Tradition, Surprise Songs, and Favorite Tour Tradition, the 22 hat. So two favorite tour
the 22
traditions.
hat. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the thing is, like I know, that if you get nominated for a boatload of categories, they're hoping that will entice the celebrity to show up. Mm-hmm. We're pretty tight with Taylor.
Yeah, we are. We call, we text sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
right.
She didn't come to my birthday. But
yeah, that's true.
Fine.
The Menendez brothers do not have an advocate in their new LADA. They said our position is they should not get out of jail. They worry that they're still a danger to society. So, they murdered their parents 35 years ago, something like that. And the new DA says, no, we will not let them out. Imagine Dragons made The Dirt the first band to have a song stuck on the moon. I'll explain. So it was on a private spacecraft called the Athena, and they put the song in a digitized format on this spacecraft. I don't know. So alien cultures one day may find it. I don't know. Anyway, it tipped over on the moon, so it couldn't blast off again, so it stuck on the moon.
Of all songs, Imagine Dragons, is that the song that you would want to be on the moon? Is an Imagine Dragons song?
What song would you want aliens to hear? That's a really good question, and maybe we should discuss that. Write that down for tomorrow.
Okay.
If you want aliens to hear and get to know our, the human population by one song, what song would you want them to hear?
Right.
I'd be like the Space Odyssey, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Ooh.
Bum, 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 bum. Either that or Old Town Road.
See, yeah, I was going to say something like Elton John, maybe Crocodile Rock.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a good one.
Write that down. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
I wrote it down.
A couple of more quick ones. Mariah Carey, her friends are worried about her apparently because she's got a secret addiction to junk food. This is such a gossipy garbage story, but I'm all about it. Source close to Mariah tells Radar Online she sends her assistant to get late-night burgers and fries and shakes. She's an extreme night owl. She doesn't eat dinner until 2 a.m. She treats every night like it's New Year's Eve, sleeping all day and staying up all night. If it's true, let me tell you, at that age, you're going to pack on the LBs because it gets harder to keep them off as you get older. And Mariah's what?
50?
No, she's older. Got to be older than that.
She can't be 60.
I'd say, look it up, Bailey.
I'm looking it up.
I'm going to say Mariah Carey is 56 years old.
She is 55.
Okay, very close.
In the middle.
And that is it for the dirt on 101.3 KDWB. Let's move right into group therapy and help somebody out who does not want their cousin at the wedding.
101.3 KDWB. The Dave Ryan Show. Group therapy.
So a wedding is coming up, and they don't want their cousin there. And I think we're talking to Ellie first. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. Ellie, good morning, Ellie.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, thanks for being. What's the story? You don't want your cousin to come to your wedding. What's the story?
Okay. Yeah, so my fiance and I were getting married in October, and, we're getting ready to send out all the invites now, and I'm really struggling with this one with my cousin. So she's the type of person that thinks she is the main character.
That's a phrase that I hear more often. It's like people who think they're the main character. Mm-hmm. I see videos on Instagram of people who think that.
The idea, right?
Yeah.
Gives you the idea. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She'll show. She's always showing off. Like, she always has to be the center of attention. Like, I've literally seen her behave this way at weddings. Like, recently, her sister got married, and she had to make the whole, like, reception about herself. She grabbed the mic from the DJ. She had to do a little stand-up, routine.
Not a stand-up
like all
routine.
I have to be, even the way she dresses. Like, she will wear the most inappropriate dress to a wedding, like bodycon, cutouts, like low cut, just like not appropriate for the situation. And she thinks that that's just always appropriate and that she's hilarious. And
I do know people who think that they are hilarious. I will tell you, somebody who was actually hilarious, Steve-O Letarte. Mm-hmm. Steve-O would always draw attention to himself. He actually was hilarious until he got drunk, and then he was more obnoxious.
Sure.
But he actually was. It's like Steve-O would liven up a room. Mm-hmm. So your friend, your cousin, she doesn't liven up the room. She makes everybody annoyed and kind of frustrated because I can just see her like grabbing the mic from the DJ and going, "I want to talk for a little bit." Hey, everybody, it's me.
One of those, oh God, here we go again situations. And my fiance is, of the opinion, no, this is your cousin. You have to invite her. And I'm like, but I've literally witnessed the catastrophe before. Like, I'm trying so hard to avoid that.
Do you have to invite her? I mean, you do. She's your cousin. She's like part of the family. I think that you just have to, I don't know, just be ready for it. But the thing is, it's your wedding.
Yeah.
So let me know. Send me a text and let me know. Can you not invite your cousin to the wedding?
I think the what makes it hard is because she was just at her other cousin's wedding, who's this cousin's sister. So, like, if she says, okay, you can't come to my wedding, but I just went to your sister's wedding, that seems kind of shady. So I get, like, where she's in a pickle. Like, she has to invite this cousin to her wedding.
Does. Yeah, you got to invite her. I think so.
Maybe she could get, like, some security detail for this cousin and somebody to babysit her, walk around with her, make sure she doesn't do anything.
I know you're joking, but that wouldn't be a bad idea to assign, like, your cousin Frankie, to be like, Frankie, can you keep an eye on so-and-so?
Yeah.
And just, if she gets up and starts twerking or stands on a table with a microphone, can you just stop her?
Yeah.
We had somebody at my dad's funeral that we were worried was going to get up and say something like, yeah, he was never nice to me.
Yeah.
So we had somebody else sit by this person.
That's my advice. My advice is get them a security detail.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, there's a lot of people on the phone, but this one, she said her name is Madison and that she is Ellie's cousin.
Oh.
Is that her name?
Is her name Madison by any chance?
It is.
Oh
no! See, I told you guys, this is why you can't talk about family members on the radio, especially if they live here in town.
Yes, they're going to know.
Because they're going to call in, they're going to be on the radio, and then they're going to sue me for some sort of slander or libel.
Defamation. Or a home wrecker.
Why would I be a home wrecker?
Or wrecking this home of this marriage.
Their cousin home.
Their cousin's home.
That's her on the phone now?
Yeah.
Let's see. Can we talk to her?
Yeah.
Hello?
Cousin Madison, is that you?
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Hey, what's going on? How's your morning? What's going on?
Well, my morning was going great. This is interesting. And, Ellie, oh my God, if you don't want me to do any of that at your wedding, then why don't you just tell me? Why do you have to go on the radio? And, if you don't want to invite me, fine. But let me just tell you, I know that your wedding will be lame without me. People
no, that's not nice. Now that's not nice. You can't say I know your wedding will be lame without me.
I mean, I'm the life of the party. I bring a lot of fun to weddings.
So you're saying you're doing her a favor by you showing up. You're entertaining. You're going to show up, take the mic from the DJ, do a little twerking, do a little stand-up, do a little funny dance. Will you do the worm? Are you going to do the worm?
I mean, listen, who knows? But I didn't say I was or wasn't going to do that. But I can tell you that people love when I do get on the mic and I dance and I entertain and they take their phones out and they laugh and everyone's having a great time.
But then it doesn't become then it's not about Ellie's wedding anymore. Then it's about Madison's show.
Valid
it's
point.
all about her. Her wedding. We're there to have a good time, to celebrate her. Does she not want us to celebrate?
Ellie, what do you want to say to that? Can you hear her?
I can. Yeah, I don't know. I really would just like this to be like a really, elegant, classy wedding. I don't want the shenanigans. I really don't.
I don't know why I'm picturing her cousin jamming on the floor to Who Let the Dogs Out.
Yeah, she's got a floor-length dress, but she raises it up so she can move better. She's like, yeah, do the worm.
Okay, Madison.
She's just making it seem like without me, I mean, I think her wedding might be a little boring if that's how she wants it. Everyone's just going to smile at each other, click their little glasses, and just be like every other little lame wedding.
But that's what she wants.
Well,
not to be lame, but she said she just wants it to be simple.
Wants it to be a little bit more of a dignified
Classy,
wedding.
Yeah.
But our family loves when I show up to the function because that's when things get a little lit.
Can I tell you the truth? I'm kind of on Madison's side a little bit, and you guys might be able to talk me out of it, but I think it's great when somebody who's fun comes to, it's like when you have a party, it's like, oh my God, you got to invite so-and-so because they are the life of the party. And without them there at the party, it's kind of like people sit there politely with their paper plates and their napkins and their meatballs, and they look at the clock and go, have I stayed long enough?
Yeah.
But if Bailey shows
They'll
up.
leave by 9 o'clock.
You think people will leave her wedding by 9 o'clock?
Yeah, if they get bored.
Ellie, you know what? I feel bad for you because I think that your cousin's being a little bit mean to you. I would never say to my cousin, it's going to be boring if I'm not there. I might say, hey, I'll
maybe I'm being a little
This is what I was saying about she has to be the main. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah. So.
I just want to have a good time and celebrate your wedding and have a lot of fun. That's all.
Ellie? She's not sure?
It feels like Madison is trying to do her cousin a favor, but just doesn't see how it's coming off like it's about me.
Right. Because I think you can still have fun at the wedding and make the wedding fun by participating in the way that Ellie wants the wedding to be.
Mm-hmm.
So if Ellie wants this classy wedding, then just be as classy as humanly possible. And then that's what's going to make it super fun. But if Ellie wants a classy wedding and you come out to the window, to the wall.
Yeah.
Then
because everybody loves that.
That's a different kind of wedding.
Okay. You know what? We got to wrap things up here. But you know what I will say? Madison, a couple of things. First of all, guys, via text messages, they want to meet you because you sound like a lot of fun. At the same time, now you know the message is that Ellie doesn't want you to grab the DJ's mic and dance on the table and twerk at the wedding. You're an adult. You can manage that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it to you where it goes from here.
Number?
I'll get the guy's number for you.
5.
It says, hold up, everybody. Is Cousin Maddie single? Because I want to lock that down.
Yeah, she sounds fun. She just got to just take it down a notch.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to do the Soul Train line with Maddie.
Somebody else says, sounds like the kind of wedding that would be held at Cowboy Jack's.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree.
A Madison
We got to run. Thank you, Ellie and
Good
Madison.
luck.
It's proven, once again, that too many people listen to KDWB. There's got to be something we can do about that. Because how can we talk crap about somebody without that person hearing about it?
That's my big issue every day. Can't name names.
I wouldn't have the BALLS to call in and be like, wait a minute.
Well, clearly, Maddie does.
Maddie absolutely does.
She definitely does.
Maddie hears about herself on the radio. She's going to call in. All right. Thanks for that one. Any comments, send me a text at KDWB 153921. We got your keyword for Kendrick and SZA. I think we're going to do it right now. What is the keyword, Vaughn? Have you got it in front of you?
The keyword
I got it.
is squabble.
Squabble is your keyword. And you grab your phone and text that in to get your tickets. I got a text message. It is kind of funny. Oh, wait, I just lost it.
Oh,
okay. The gist of it is, you see it too?
Well, I don't know which one you're looking at.
About the roundabouts?
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, the roundabouts. Basically.
It's a random text to see in a sea of all these texts talking about group therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, Maddie, Ellie, you know what sucks about roundabouts?
No.
Okay, now I watched it.
Let's read about Maddie and Ellie for a second because that was really interesting. Madison is so rude. Case in point, she turned herself into the main character of group therapy.
Yeah, like literally made Ellie's point.
I was just shocked when Vaughn said she was on the phone. I said, yeah, we get this all the time. People would be like, yeah, that's me. No, it actually really was her because she had the name right. But Madison doesn't belong at any wedding. She belongs on the street. Okay.
She's for these streets.
Madison sounds truly awful. I wouldn't want her at my wedding. She doesn't sound fun. She sounds rude and obnoxious. Do you think that, I'm kind of on Madison's side.
How?
She just wants to bring a little fun to the wedding. I compared her to Steve Letarte. When Steve would show up at a party, you knew it was going to be fun, and Steve would put the not the literal, but the lampshade on his head.
Yeah. Well, I think the way that Madison framed it, it made it seem like, oh, well, I'm just there to make sure that it's a fun time for you. But she's not doing it for Ellie. She's doing it for herself.
Exactly. I was going to say, Steve, when he was at parties and stuff, Steve knew when to pull back.
No,
when
he did not. No, he did not.
I was trying. No. My point was, Madison feels like, she's going to have a good time. She's going to try to entertain people. But at some point, you need to know that it's not your wedding. Whether it was Ellie's or she said it was her sister's was the first wedding, just know when to pull back.
Mm-hmm.
Madison has literally made Ellie's point by calling into the radio station and taking over her moment and becoming the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Don't invite her. It's going to be worse now. Madison, don't go. Save money on a gift. Does anybody feel like I do, like Madison honestly feels that she's adding something to the party? It's very possible that it's like your relative that can't sing that thinks she can sing. So she sings and you go, wow, Grace Lynn, that was really good. In the meantime, you get out the car with your partner and go, God, when is somebody going to tell Grace Lynn she can't sing? Do you think that Madison's got the same problem?
Yeah, no, I for sure
do?
think she does.
Okay,
Yeah, no one's telling her, and now she's got the moment. Can I read this text message that says, my husband had an older neighbor guy who used to bring a gag bag to weddings. It contained a whoopee cushion that he would put under an older auntie, ice cubes with flies in it. He would drop into someone's drink. And then googly glasses, the pretend pregnant stomach that he would wear to dance with the bride for the dollar dance. Dave, this sounds like a thing you would do.
I would whoop Dave's ass if he came to my wedding with magic tricks, like a sack of tricks. Like, what are we doing here? Is this a bit?
You know, write that down, Jenny, because I might actually do it. Thanks for that. That was a lot of fun. Okay, the keyword. We did the keyword. Okay, we were talking about roundabouts. I don't want to change the subject.
Yeah.
But somebody texted in and said, why are there roundabouts? Why do we have roundabouts? They're the stupidest thing ever. Nobody knows how to use them.
Clearly someone's going through it on their commute this morning.
If that, I like roundabouts.
Yeah.
Well, I think they did. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and talk about roundabouts all day, but I don't have a problem with roundabouts. What's the problem with roundabouts?
Jersey has a lot of roundabouts. I thought they only existed in Jersey, and they're everywhere. Yeah, I didn't know that. But they're just confusing, I think. People already don't know how to drive, particularly in Jersey, and I just think that they're stupid because why did this exist? It was an intersection before, was it not?
Right, but
it
an
keeps
intersection
traffic moving, though.
Intersection, you all have to stop. And I agree, Dave. I like roundabouts, but I have been on plenty of roundabouts where someone is coming at me from the wrong side. So they clearly came up to the roundabout and treated it like an intersection. And they were like, well, I have to go left, so I'm going to turn left. I'm like, no, you go right around a roundabout every single time. Why are you coming at me? And then I have to wave my arms like, stop. You're doing it wrong. You dummy.
I've never seen people do it wrong at a roundabout. Usually it's me that pulls out in front of somebody who has the right of way. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they got the right of way. Whoops, sorry
my bad.
Because then you don't know what lane you're supposed to be in because there's usually two
Sometimes
lanes.
there's two. Yeah, they're everywhere now. I saw them. They're in Colorado. They've been there for 10 years. They're all over Minnesota. They're replacing all kinds of regular intersections with a roundabout. I think if it saves lives and keeps traffic moving, shut up and find something else to complain about.
Well, someone texted in saying this roundabout person from Prior Lake, because that's the main topic on our citizens page right now, is roundabouts.
On the Prior Lake Citizen page, do you hate them or do you love them?
Somebody else said, look up the facts. They're safer and quicker. I agree that they keep traffic moving. They're annoying because nobody knows how to do them.
I think everybody knows how to. There's the occasional person that also doesn't know how to stop at his four-way stop sign. Or it's like, okay, you go, no, you go, no, you go.
And then you're all just sitting there, like waving at each other. Just, hi, how's it going?
I have a problem with them, but if you do, let me know how we went from weddings in Madison to roundabouts. God, we cover everything.
Bring back Jenny
on KDWB. We're gonna play a little song here first because we got a lot of requests for this song, and yes, radio stations like this one still play requests occasionally. Let's do it, APT. Then we're gonna play Dave Tank. I want to support your invention, and we'll talk about it next. God, what a morning. Oh, my God. This is one of the best hours of radio I remember. I came in a mood like, we're going to be okay today. But it's actually turned into a really good show.
Yeah.
Because the song, Man, I Feel Like a Woman came up on the show. We played that banger. That was awesome. And then we were doing like an average group therapy that blew up when the person they were talking trash about was listening to the radio and called in.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
That's a fear of mine. Anytime we're like, oh, I want to call out my bully, and then I name my bully.
Well, you do it all the time.
Well,
Because you grew up here.
Right.
And you'd be like, yeah, Craig Smith used to bully me in 5th grade and say I look like a pig. And then
They'll be
Craig
like,
Smith is listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And then we segued into roundabouts.
Yeah, super good segue,
Which,
too.
let me tell you, people talk about Doge and they don't get as wound up as they do about roundabouts. So what do you think about roundabouts? Really, a couple of quick little text messages. That always happens when roundabouts are new. People complain about it for a little bit, then a year later, you're like, hey, this is actually pretty cool. The worst thing about they say that if everybody in the roundabout has the right of way.
Mm-hmm.
If you're waiting at the roundabout, you do not have the right of way. I don't mind them.
Yeah, I like them. You just have to, like, if you miss your turn, oh crap, you just keep going around.
Go around and around and
Don't
around again.
stop and back up.
Kind of like
dummy.
in European Vacation when the Griswold family gets stuck in a roundabout all night.
All night.
All night.
They
Yeah,
can't figure out how to get
crazy.
out.
No, they can't.
Oh no.
Time for Dave Tank. Welcome to the Tank. I will hear your invention, a fictional invention, and then I will Venmo you $20 to invest in your invention. Now entering the tank, Bailey J. Hess.
Yes, hello.
A theater wannabe, nerd, and spaz from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
What are you talking about, spaz?
And Bailey, what do you have to, what is your invention?
Yes, thank you, Dave. I would like to invent something called a lotion vat and picker-upper. Okay.
A lotion vat and picker-upper.
Yepper. It's a dual machine because my skin is so dry because of the winter time that I have this little claw, kind of like the claw machines at an arcade. The claw is going to pick me up by the head, and it's going to lift me up and then dip me into a vat of lotion. It takes too long to put lotion on my skin after a shower. I can't reach the small of my back.
Does it give you a good shake afterward?
Well, it dips you in once. Dips you in twice because you really need to get that moisture in there.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of not shakes you around, but maybe just kind of spins you in a little circle.
Okay, we get it.
And then puts you into your clothes.
Okay, we get it. Okay.
So rubbing lotion on your body takes more time than all that happening.
Yeah, no kidding.
It took longer for you to tell that story.
No, I stand on a little bitty rug. It picks me up. Dip,
all right, we
dip,
get it.
Swill.
Now entering the tank, Vontavious Carl Leak. 23-year-old young man on the radio from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Vaunt, what is in the tank today?
It's called the Chat GP Me. Everybody loves using Chat GPT to get through the finer things in life. And when I say the finer things, I'm talking about homework or when you need to write a letter to or an email to your boss. The Chat GP Me will help you not only do that email or that homework assignment, but the me part, it makes it actually sound like you. Chat GPT will put some words in like, according to my last email, but that's not what Vaunt would say. So the Chat GP Me is very personalized.
I told you once.
Right.
Yeah.
It's personalized and knows what you would say, so it actually sounds like you. You don't have to do a damn thing.
Okay, now entering the tank, a young man named Dave Ryan.
Hello, Dave Ryan.
And who is
Welcome to Dave Tank.
Member of Mensa, motorcyclist, magician. Okay. Dave, what do you got in the tank? Well, thank you, sir. Mine is the coffee litmus strip. The coffee litmus strip, because we all been to Caribou, and sometimes it's delicious. Sometimes it tastes like garbage swill. So you take the coffee litmus strip. When they hand you your coffee, you dip it in there, and it tells you whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
And then if it's bad, you hand it back and say, hey, I want a better coffee. This is garbage according to the coffee litmus strip.
What color does it turn when it's bad?
Well, I haven't gotten that far into development. Now, that's the thing.
I'm writing that down against you.
With development, so what's going to happen is you tell me your invention, your fake invention, and I will then give the best invention $20 cash. I'll
For development.
Venmo you for $20 cash for development. So let's do it right now. If you've got any sort of a Dave Tank invention, call me at 651-989 KDWB, and we'll do that in just a minute. First, though, Miles Smith on KDWB. Welcome to the Tank, Dave Tank on KDWB. Tell me your invention. I will back your invention with $20. Stepping into the tank right now, Jackie. Good morning, Jackie. Tell me your invention, please. Jackie?
Hello.
Hello.
My invention is caffeinated eye drops.
Tell me more about this invention.
Well, I always get tired, and it always feels like my eyes, and they're dry. And you want eye drops, but they don't feel like they wake my eyes up. So I want caffeinated eye drops.
Okay,
That
not
sounds
bad. With maybe
fascinating.
200 milligrams of caffeine per drop, that'll make your eyes bug right out.
Yeah, especially if
I
you're
like
like falling asleep and you're like, I got to drive home. And now I'm going to fall asleep. Instead of putting your hair out the window, you're going to put in caffeinated eye drops.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, Jackie, thank you very much. We will consider that one. On Dave Tank, now stepping into the tank, Vanessa. What is your invention, Vanessa?
Hi. My invention, I call it the Where's My Crap? It's a sticker that you put on anything that will make a really loud noise to help you find it. So you can't attach a tile or one of those big GPS tags on everything.
Yeah.
But if you lose your cash card, if you lose that important paperwork, stick that sticker on it and it will make a noise. You can find it in your house before you wreck your house.
So it's kind of like an air tag, but it's just a sticker, so it's not bulky.
Yeah.
So it's not bulky.
Genius. Wow.
See, my problem is I would lose it before I could put the sticker on it.
But then it'll make a noise and then you can go find it.
You're right.
This is genius.
This
okay,
is genius.
These are two very difficult inventions. I think I have one more stepping into the tank.
Okay.
Some more of the roses coming up. Samara, welcome to Dave Tank. What's your invention?
Hi. So my invention is a smart backpack. So basically, it's a backpack and the strap has buttons on it. And you can press it for like a pencil or a notebook, and there's going to be a hand that like comes out of the backpack and like gives it to you.
It's like Inspector Gadget kind of
You know
thing.
what I'm thinking about? It's like on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Oh Toodles.
Yeah.
And he comes with toys and stuff.
All right, you never have to open and dig into your backpack again.
I love the fact that it's like so high tech, but it's a hand.
There's a hand that
very
comes out.
low tech that reaches into the backpack. Is this for students, Samara, or who is this for?
Yes, for students, for anybody who needs a backpack, I guess.
Okay. Are you a student yourself?
Yes.
Where do you go to school?
I go to Orono.
Ooh,
high
Orono,
school.
nice.
Okay, very cool. This is the youth entry in Dave Tank.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, this is, I really appreciate Jackie and caffeinated eye drops and, of course, the stickers that make noise from Vanessa. But to encourage youth to invent stupid things that can never happen, I'm going to invest $20 of my own money in your invention, Samara, of the smart backpack, okay? You win.
Oh, gosh, thank you.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Go Orioles, is it? Orono Orioles?
What are the Oh, no, that's Osseo.
Oh, Osseo.
What is Orono?
Orono Spartans.
The
Spartans. Go Spartans.
Yeah.
Woo.
Thank you. I'll get your Venmo and I'll send you $20 on Dave Tank from KDWB.
If your bank calls to take a survey and you're cheating, hang up. It's War of the Roses on KDWB.
War of the Roses. Gary walks in on his girlfriend doing something, and then things get even weirder. So let's get Gary on the phone to tell us. Gary, first of all, thanks for being on. What did you walk in on with your girlfriend, Renee, and how did this all come about?
Well, it's funny. I have a key. We don't live together, but we're at the point where, we both have keys to each other's place. And I go into her house, and she's not in the living room, which is, it's not that weird. I walk in the bedroom, and she's on all fours. She's butt naked. Her butt is in the air. She's filming it. And it is explicit, and I'm a man, so I just kind of watch for a little bit, and then.
Well, you're a man, but that's also your girlfriend,
Yeah,
so
I
it
was
wasn't
saying.
creepy. It wasn't like you were the maintenance guy walking in. I guess if I walked in on that with Susan, I would probably watch for a second too, and I'd be very surprised. Which I'm going to guess you were very surprised too.
I was surprised, and my first thought, honestly, was like, oh, she's making this for me. That's kind of what I thought. And so I kind of go, oh, hey, like, what's going on? And then she goes, oh, I'm making this for myself. She's like, it turns me on to make videos for myself. And I thought that was right. I never heard of that before. Apparently, there's like, I Googled it, there's like a fetish for
You
people.
Googled it.
Yeah.
And there is a thing where people get aroused by making. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I will tell you this one though. So if she was making it for somebody else, my first lie would have been, "Oh, I'm making this for you."
Yeah.
But she did not go with "I'm making this for you." She said, "I'm making it for myself," which to me seems like the truth. But okay, go ahead, keep going. So
Yeah. So then, the next couple weekends, she goes up to her family's cabin, and I can't make it because of work and stuff like that. And she's just completely, according to her, off the grid. Like, she's not answering texts, she's not answering calls. And she says, "Oh, there's no service up there. Like, it's just completely dead." And it's like, okay, first off, it's 2023. It's not like that dead. I don't really have that experience if I ever go up north.
I think that's kind of true. I mean, you were just up north on the North Shore, Jenny.
Yeah.
Obviously, like cities, Two Harbors, Grand Marais, they're going to have cell service. But if you get away from cities, is there dead spots anymore?
There definitely is dead spots, but my thing is, if she's at a cabin, most people have Wi-Fi at their cabins now. Unless you're just like totally woodsy kind of people who don't have running water or electricity or anything. That's probably the only chance you're not having Wi-Fi at your cabin.
Does she have Wi-Fi at the cabin? Do you know?
Yeah, she 100% does.
Okay,
Definitely.
so no reason then for, and so she claims you text her, she doesn't text, you don't get a phone call, whatever. She's out of touch for the weekend. So your suspicion is it's not because she doesn't have connection, it's because she's with the guy she was making the video for.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be it.
Okay. I think you might be onto something because I remember going up to Lutzen 15 years ago. And what was the name of the bar up there? Papa Charlie's?
Yes.
There was no Wi-Fi. There was no coverage, no cell signal really at Papa Charlie's. But I've been up there lately, and now there is Wi-Fi. Not Wi-Fi, but I mean, yeah, Papa Charlie's has Wi-Fi, or they did before they burned down. But there's signals up there. But there's still dead spots. I got an idea. Here's what we can do. We will call Renee, and we will say, we're from your phone company. And we will say, hey, how's your coverage? And you can ask Jenny, like, are there any dead spots? And if she's like, oh, yeah, up by Grand Marais or up by or whatever, then maybe she'll remember that.
Yeah.
So that'll be one thing. If she says, no, there's no dead spots, whatever, that's a red flag. But then you can ask, who do you want to go do a couples massage with? And, of course, the correct answer is Gary. There's nobody else that she should be going to do a couples massage with. You don't do it with your buddy.
Nope.
You don't do it with your brother. You don't do it with your cousin Peter. So we'll come back. We'll make the phone call and see who she wants to do the couples massage with. And in the meantime, let me know. Send me a text. Is there dead spots for coverage up north? I don't know that there really are anymore. I'm going to guess probably in the middle of the Boundary Waters, there's no coverage.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't have service up there for the most part. You
Really?
don't. Yeah, I mean, Andrew was just up there last year, and he said that they were able to get service in one specific spot because they had built a tower or something. But outside of that, no, you don't have service up there.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I go up there all the time, and there's places you can go. You can go to like a Target or a Walmart if you can find one, and like you can log. If you need to talk to somebody, you could find Wi-Fi. It's not, the Middle Ages anymore.
Microphone check. 101.3 KDWB with your chance to see Kendrick Lamar and SZA April 19th at US Bank Stadium. Just text the keyword Luther to 53921. That's Luther to 53921. A confirmation text will be sent. Standard message and data rates apply.
101.3 KDWB.
Our iHeartRadio Music Awards are coming back live Monday, March 17th.
Let's do Think Fast. Hosted by Jenny. You get to play along, too. That's great things about the games on the radio station is you get to compete along with us, and we don't even know that you're beating us. So it's me versus Bailey. Let's get started.
So the way this is going to work is kind of a fill in the blank. I'm going to give you the initial of the word you have to do, but I'm going to give you one word. Finish it with the initial, okay?
Okay.
So, starting with a B, pickle.
Ball.
Brine. Yes, Dave.
Pickleball.
Got it.
Oh, pickleball.
Yes.
Oh, but I was right, too, with brine.
I mean, it's okay.
Okay.
Dave's on the board with one. Starting with an N, cat.
Nap.
Yes.
Oh, this is confusing. Okay.
I
You got
know.
to think in reverse.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. Okay, starting with a C, iced.
Coffee.
Yes.
Oh, my brain is not picking this one up. Mm-mm.
You got the first one, Dave.
I know, but I want to put the okay, go ahead.
You've got
Jenny.
it.
I know what you mean. When I was writing this, I was like, this is going to be confusing. Starting with a P, Apple.
Pie.
Yes, Dave.
Oh, I think
Good
I
job.
get it now. Okay.
Good job. Okay, 2-2. Starting with a B, workout.
Buddy.
Ball.
I'll take buddy.
Okay.
Buddy will work.
What were
I
you
would've
looking
taken
for?
bench.
Workout bench.
Anything, that all works. It just has to like coincide somewhat, you know?
Can I tell you, I was at Snap the other day on Saturday, and I was trying to do something. They're called hip thrusters,
Yeah.
where you put a barbell across your lap,
Oh, yeah.
and then you thrust
Good
your
for
hips
your
back
glutes,
and forth.
baby.
Yeah, I could not. I think everybody at the gym was staring at me because I got trapped under the barbell. I had it across my hips, and I couldn't get it off. And I was like, okay. And I didn't move because I didn't want to look like I was panicking.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it look like I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I was panicked. I was trapped under the barbell. It was across my hips.
How long were you trapped?
18
minutes?
18 minutes.
18 minutes?
No, I don't know.
He had to cut off his leg.
4 or 5 minutes. Not that long.
That's
I
still
was
a long time, though.
5
Well, I didn't know what to do because I was trapped, and I was going to ask somebody to help me lift the barbell off, but I didn't want to be that guy.
Excuse me, could you come help me, please?
Yep.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're here with us today, Dave, and
Thank
not
you.
still trapped underneath that.
You made it here.
Okay, next one.
Yes.
Starting with a T, movie
Theater.
time. Yes, Dave.
Well, I don't know why
You would have gotten that too, but Dave was
That's
quicker.
okay.
Starting with a W, book.
Worm.
Yes.
Oh, good, Dave.
Dave
Yay.
has 5. Starting with an S.
Dave has 4. Okay, maybe he has 5.
Yeah, he
Okay,
has 5.
my bad.
Starting with an S, holiday.
Shopping.
Oh.
No. Can I do it?
Yeah.
Station stores. Come on.
Dave gets the point.
What are you doing?
Actually, Bailey, I'm looking back. You are correct. Dave only had 4.
Okay, great. So,
But now
that's
he has 5.
Okay.
Yes, holiday station stores, buy 2, get 1 free with their Gatorades right now. Go get that deal, baby.
So, are you using this as a plug for holiday station stores rather
know what you're
than to
talking
play honestly and take holiday shopping?
No, I'm taking holiday shop.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I was just like you setting it up. So
there was
I could-
another
So I
option.
could personally talk about my favorite gas station, holiday station
I
stores.
get it. No, I get it.
Okay, starting with an R, Dave.
Ryan.
Yes.
Oh,
Idiot.
I didn't have it.
Roebucker.
Starting with a C, Christmas.
Cool
Carol.
108.
That's a
Dang
K,
it, that's a K. Carol. Yeah, Christmas.
Dave, you were a little slow on that, so I'm not going to give you that.
All right, fine.
Okay, starting with an S, ice cream.
Sunday.
Sandwich.
Yes, Dave. Okay, so we got
I
game.
said, I feel like I beat
Did
him,
you get
but
it?
it's
Vaughn,
fine.
do you know?
I think it was Dave.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, Bailey.
It's fine.
I think he said it louder, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. That makes sense.
Which always means more.
Okay, game point for Dave. Bailey has 3, right?
Mhm, yeah.
Okay. Starting with a D, wiener.
Dog.
Yeah, that was a tie.
That was a tie.
That was a tie. Starting with an F, grand.
Funk.
Forks.
What
That
did
was-
you say, Dave?
Funk.
No, Bailey. Give it to Bailey.
Was it Bailey? Okay.
Forks, yeah.
Okay.
God, you guys were close on that one. That was
All right, fine.
tough. Bailey has 4. Dave, game point still. Starting with an L, little.
Lotta.
Logs.
What did you say?
I don't know, Lotta.
No.
And I said logs, little logs.
Little
But
logs.
I'm thinking of, what am I
I
thinking
don't know
of?
what I'm thinking of either. I think it might have been a comic strip back when I was a kid, Little Lotta. I'm not
Little
sure.
logs.
So I had Little League. Would have been probably
Oh.
the best answer.
Oh, I like this round. This is very clever. Very
Well,
nice.
That's the end of that part.
Oh,
Now we're
okay.
going to go to the speed round. It's still game point for Dave. Bailey has 4. Just give me the opposite of the word I say, okay?
Okay.
Enthusiastic.
Apathetic.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow, Bailey.
She coming back?
I'm coming back.
She is. Chaotic.
Calm.
Calm. Oh, dang it.
Dave got that
No.
one.
All
right,
You
well-
are the winner, Dave.
Okay.
Congratulations.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's
Store and at ShaneCo.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Save big money right now at Menards, your lighting headquarters.
You already know about Amazon's virtual assistant, Alexa.
Alexa, what's the weather today?
Currently, in Wayzata, it's 25 degrees with clear skies.
Alexa can play music, send messages, and even tell you a joke.
What do you call a wizard in a frat house? An abracadabra.
But if Alexa is just a little too refined for your taste,
You know, Alexa's just a little too refined for my tastes.
then you'll love the latest virtual assistant from Amazon. Amazon Brandy Lynn.
Brandy Lynn, please order more paper towels.
Order paper towels? How about I order some Kiss My... Order your own paper towels, bitch.
Part virtual assistant and part truck stop waitress, Brandy Lynn can give you recipes.
You crunch up some flaming hot Cheetos and put it on mac and cheese. That's some good right there.
Brandy Lynn tells jokes.
How many dart players does it take to screw in a light bulb? 5. 4 to fuck this and 1 to fuck my.
And Brandy Lynn gives stock market tips.
Yeah, I got a tip for you. Kiss my ass.
Brandy Lynn from
You
Amazon.
gonna order anything? You're just gonna sit there all day like a dumpster.
If you take me to Walmart, then you're not my dad. If you take me to Walmart, then you're not my dad. HOLLISTER, yeah. HOLLISTER. There's a store, Dad, down at the mall, and you can smell it from way down the hall, 'cause they spray stuff on all their clothes down at Hollister. Oh, spend it, Hollister. Hollister, down at Hollister. Hollister. All their clothes are super cute, tees and tanks and camis too. Mom, can I please have a few bucks so I don't look like you? Employees all drink Caribou, either that or Jamba Juice. Take me, I'll be nice to you. All the gay guys shop there too. American Eagles over with, they're just so 2006. You can go but don't come in, 'cause you're so embarrassing. Me and my friends buy their clothes, then we grab our camera phones, strike an inappropriate pose and put the pictures on MySpace. Hollister, down at Hollister.
Oh my God, Allison, give me a break. We're on a beer budget. You got champagne
Rose.
taste.
He comes into her house the other day. He's got a key, and they've been dating it enough that he's got a key. So he comes in. She's not in the living room. She's not in the kitchen. He goes back in the bedroom, and there she is, apparently on the bed, no clothes on, and she is on her hands and knees with the phone making a video. And he's like watching for a minute because it's his girlfriend, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I just do this for myself." Now, I thought it was interesting that but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, "I'm doing it for myself." He looked it up. It is a thing. Some people do that. That
They
gets
like
them
to
whatever.
watch themselves.
So he's like, okay. Then she's been going to the cabin with her family the last few weeks. And there's no cell service up there. She's like, I didn't answer your text messages. There's no cell service. There's no whatever. But everybody has Wi-Fi. He's like, I think she's up there with another guy. Because who doesn't have cell service? There's a lot of people, though, that disagree.
There's a lot of people that said that. Basically, past Grand Marais, Verizon considers it Canada. So they say that there's no service up there.
Really? Okay, got it.
We don't have cell service at our cabin, an hour northwest of Duluth. My cabin is 2 hours north, and there is definitely dead spots, and I barely get service there. We do have Wi-Fi, though, and I think that that's one of the main things is I think that he said that she has Wi-Fi, or maybe he didn't say that. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but if you have Wi-Fi, you should be fine. Like, I've definitely gone to cabins, and there's not any service, but once you connect to Wi-Fi, you're good.
But I'm going to guess a lot of people, when they go to their cabin, they want to be shut off from Wi-Fi, cell, all that stuff. So, but apparently it's like a modern cabin, and they have, I don't know. This text message said, we'll get to the call in a second. We'll make the phone call. My fiance's got a hunting shack in Little Fork, Minnesota. Dead spots are atrocious. You drive up there alone. You have to go an hour in the car with no cell service. And at the shack, you got to find the perfect spot in the middle of a field and stand on your foot just to send text messages.
Yeah.
So there apparently still are dead spots up north. Let's make the phone call, and we'll play the little trick where we say, hey, we're from your phone company. How is your service? Do you have any dead spots? And we'll see what she says. Then we'll talk to attorney Jonathan Fogel to see what he has to add to this whole thing. He's always got some great tips for us. Stay here for that. Let's make the phone call right now on KDWB's War of the Roses.
Hello?
Hi, is Renee there?
This is Renee. Who's this?
Hi, Renee. My name's Rachel. So I work with... We're doing a quick survey right now to just check on how our coverage is around the country. And as a reward, we're actually gifting the person on the phone a couple's massage. So do you have just a couple minutes real quick to answer a few questions for me?
And I just have to answer a few questions?
Yep. I got 3 questions for you.
Okay, sounds good.
The first one is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your coverage with us?
A 10.
Okay, awesome. And the next one is, do you feel like there's any dead spots when you're using your phone?
No, not really.
Okay, so far so good. And then my last question is, I know you're local to the Twin Cities, but do you travel around much? And when you do you have any issues with your phone usage?
Not really. I mean, I go up by Duluth and Ely.
And it still works okay up there when you're in that area?
Yeah, it seems fine so far.
Awesome. Okay, so that's literally all I needed from you. And because you answered all those questions, I do have a couples massage that I can gift for you. So I have your information already. Just was wondering, because we got to know who's coming with you. Who do you think you'll bring with for this couples massage?
Oh, okay. So, Brad is the first name.
Okay, and last name. Brad. Okay, great.
You know, I was talking about how I had a bad day. I'm going to just change your world here a little bit. And I was talking about how I had a bad day yesterday and how I don't want to make you have a bad day, but I have a feeling your day is going to get a little bit worse because let me explain what is going on. Renee, first of all, you're not dreaming this. You really did get a phone call. And somebody really did ask how your cell service was and offered you the couples massage, but it's not legit. It's not your phone company. It is the Dave Ryan Show on KDWB on the radio. And we were put up to this by your boyfriend, Gary. For the only purpose was Gary wanted to find out if you would choose him or somebody else for the couples massage. And how do you even know I'm not making this up? Well, Gary is here. Gary, say hi so Renee will know that you're there.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
So basically, he was, if you don't mind, Gary, I'll help you explain it here.
Sure.
He was concerned when he walked in on you a couple of weeks ago, and I don't want to embarrass you, but you were making kind of a sexy video, and he walked in. You remember that, right?
Yeah, that was for me. I told him that.
Well, that's what he said, and he said he kind of believed you, and he said he looked it up, he Googled it, and that's the thing. That's fine. But then he was worried that when you go to the cabin, you say you're going with your mom and dad, you never answer the phone. You don't send messages, you don't text.
I mean, there's not really great reception there. So, I mean, Gary, I told you that.
Well,
what's funny, I'm with my family. It's not like I'm going to be, I'm spending time with my family. I'm not going to be on my phone when I'm hanging out with my family.
Well, I don't think he has a problem with that, but when we were asking you about your cell coverage, when you thought we were calling from your phone company, you said that it was all good.
Well,
so I guess our question is, how can it be good but bad at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get the massage, and all I had to do was answer the questions for the survey. So
okay, all right.
I think you would have gotten the massage either way. It was just you said to answer the questions, so you could have answered them more honestly if you didn't feel like the coverage was great. But it kind of feels like you think the coverage is awesome.
Well, what's more is when we asked who you wanted to go with the couples, and I hate to be piling on you. Like I said, your day is going to go from an average day to kind of a weird day. We said, Jenny said, it was Jenny, the woman on the phone said, who do you want to go to the couples massage with? And you picked a guy named Brad.
Yeah, that's my cousin. Brad's my cousin.
You want to go to a couples massage with your cousin?
Oh, I didn't know it was a couples massage. It's just
you just said couples massage.
Mm-hmm.
You did. You just said I wanted to win the couples massage.
I wanted to win the massage. I didn't say couples massage.
You said.
Oh my gosh.
You said couples. We said couples massage probably 3 times. You said I want to win the couples massage.
Is she gaslighting us now? Because I think she's gaslighting her boyfriend.
Yeah, I think so. So we're wrong. You're right. We're wrong.
I mean, yeah, I wanted to win the massage, and my cousin's visiting, and so I want to treat him, but I didn't know that it had to be like a couple thing.
Okay.
I mean,
All right. You know what, Gary?
I'm at work. I mean, what's going on, Gary? Like, come on.
Who the is Brad? You don't even have a family name. There's no.
He's my cousin, okay?
Yeah.
War of the Roses, KDWB, all over the world, and the iHeartRadio app. Make sure you set a little preset for us, and then that way you can access KDWB anytime. Would you rather go to your dad's work or go to Disneyland? Okay? There's a couple of kids who are arguing they'd rather go to dad's work instead of going to Disney. It's on You Can't Make This Stuff Up coming up in a second. Oh, yes, we got audio. Yes, we got audio proof coming up in a second. Hang on for that. And also on You Can't Make This Stuff Up, how big of an advantage do you have if you're beautiful? We've got it down to monetary advantages. If you're beautiful, you're going to make more money than less attractive colleagues. But how much? And we'll cover it next on You Can't Make This Stuff Up on KDWB.
From the Custom One, MN.com Weather Center.
Twin Cities weather, it's going to be quite a bit cooler today, around 42, partly cloudy in the Twin Cities. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. We kick it back to 56 by Thursday, 65 by Friday. We're talking highs in the low 70s with some thunderstorms, rain, and even some snow by the weekend. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Currently, it's 28.
This report is sponsored by Gens Ryan Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Mystery electrical issues? Don't guess. Get a free quote from Gens Ryan and know what's going on. Call now and book your service today.
Take your time, just in your own words. Tell me why you're on War of the Roses.
We both have an Apple Watch, right?
Their relationship is too close at this point, and I think he's using.
One girl decides to sit on Adam's lap in the pool.
She came home, and I noticed scratching on her back.
I'll admit I was wrong. What else can I say, girl? Can't you play my head and not my
I checked his phone. Sometimes you kind of get the urges to.
I was drunk, I was gone. That don't make it right, but promise there were no feelings involved.
He has this like blue, nice peacoat, but he comes home and I've been noticing these like long women's hairs stuck to it.
So she strips down, and while she's walking into the bathroom, I see something stuck to her. So I pull it off. I'm like, what the hell is this?
How long has this been going on?
You're f***ing Robert, I know it.
So my boyfriend was caught with second-degree burns from chocolate syrup that he was using to pleasure himself with.
We are rekindling our relationship.
He basically asked him outright in front of me. You know, like, we have to go out sometime.
My ex-boyfriend, he needed a place to live. You know, he can live in my snowmobile trailer.
It's my fault, but you gotta believe me when I say it only happened once.
What? I mean, this is crazy. Can we just have like a conversation like real people?
Are you schooling her?
You know what? Can you be a little bit more insecure? You know, this is
She said, save your apologies, baby. I just gotta know how long has this been going?
It's been a long time coming, and I'm sorry. You're a piece of work. You know, you're a piece of work. Cause what?
I'm a piece of work.
Believe that this is an ex-girlfriend. Just delete that.
You've been acting so shady. I've been feeling it lately.
You go all hang out with your slut brigade every.
Whoa, the slut brigade.
Okay, so then you're admitting it now. You're admitting it. Like, I caught you before and you were lying, and now you're admitting it.
And you're sending her roses instead of me?
She said, boy, tell me honestly, was it real or just for show?
She lied and said that her birth control didn't work, so she was already pregnant. So then they had sex without any protection. That's how she got
Ooh,
pregnant.
that's a dirty trick.
So she tricked him.
I'm sorry, is there any truth to this?
How long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me.
Your husband put us up to this. Maybe you owe him an explanation.
Yep.
Trick a woman into saying things?
But we trick men too, to be fair.
We
We're
trick
equal
men most of the
opportunity.
time.
Listen, I had to have sex. Like, listen, I had to save my job.
I've heard guys squirm on War of the Roses before. You are not even able to complete a full
You know,
sentence.
I even my psychic had told me that we were soulmates.
and that, we would have a family, and I just know that this is the right guy.
Okay, well, you realize that sounds pretty psycho.
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with a sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
We have delays on the crosstown, eastbound Tracy to Valley View, westbound 28th Avenue to Penn. 35W slow northbound 31st Street to 94. 169 delays northbound Highway 101 to Pioneer Trail. Got an accident Highway 100 southbound before 494 in the right lane. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
101.3 KDWB.
You can't make this stuff up. 2, 3, 4.
Being a very attractive man myself.
Where?
What do you mean where? Parts of Albuquerque. What do you mean where? Right here in my face.
Oh, please.
Look at me. Look at that. Look at this.
You're holding a picture of Don Cheadle in front of you. It's not a mirror, Dave.
Look at me. Anyway, it's no surprise it pays to be beautiful, but how much of an advantage do attractive workers get? According to a recent survey, attractive workers earn nearly $20,000 more annually than less attractive colleagues. 81% of those surveyed believe that good looks give you an edge at work, from getting hired to being promoted and getting a raise. And I think it's probably true.
Yeah.
Because I've seen beautiful people come in and out of this building. Some of them are worthless, but they get treated like kings and queens because, well, they've got that appeal that the rest of us don't have.
I think it's because it's the perception that they're likable because they are so good looking.
It's called the halo factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we give somebody who's beautiful all kinds of, well, she must be so smart and pretty and so smart and kind. And, oh, she's as beautiful on the inside as she is on the outside.
Which is why I want them to do a Love is Blind season with regular looking people. Because if I go into that, I'm going to just assume people are good looking because they only cast good looking people. And then we all like the good looking people. And
we all love them.
I want regular people. Period.
Nobody would watch. Anyway, 2 out of 3 surveyed said they had experienced someone getting unfair treatment or being talked about negatively because of their looks. 83% said coworkers who put more effort into their appearance are seen as more capable. I will tell you this one. In radio, people go, there's a theory. It's like, well, nobody can see us, so I don't have to, I put on an old shirt with paint on it and a pair of sweatpants and pull my hair back and put in whatever.
Yeah.
And nobody cares. But the problem is that might be true. Nobody sees you, but your coworkers do.
Mm-hmm.
And so your coworkers are going to look at you and go, oh, God, he didn't put much effort into, he looks like he just got done cleaning out the garage.
Yeah.
So 79% of people say they feel pressure to spend money on their appearance. Like me, I feel pressure to go to get my hair cut at Great Clips.
You should feel pressure to go get your hair cut.
I need a haircut, yeah.
No, I know it looks fine. I think you should grow it out. I think just why not?
One more time? Just
one more time for
how long should
for
I
giggles.
grow it out? Like shoulder length?
No, I'm thinking like 90s Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Why not?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to see how long I can go without.
Mullet.
But see, I don't know what to do with my hair because the top of it starts to flop over.
Exactly. You want the flop. That's
what
the
makes
90s
you cool.
heartthrob.
Mm-hmm. And then you put on your leather jacket and you'll seem hip.
Leather jacket?
Yeah. Leather jacket, long hair, and you just...
Vaughn wasn't around in the 90s, so he doesn't know we didn't wear leather jackets necessarily. Or, what you could do is do a Danny Zuko, and then you could wear a leather jacket.
I don't know who that is.
Danny Zuko from Grease?
I'm representing people who don't know who you're talking
from
about.
From Grease, John Travolta.
Oh, Sandy Baby. I get it. I know who he is.
There you go. We'll do that with your hair. Give you the little swoopity doo.
When respondents were asked to rate their own attractiveness on a scale of 1 to 10, the average score they gave themselves was a 7.7. Now, average would be a 5 because 5 is average.
In the middle, yeah.
But people rate themselves as more attractive than they really are. Men are more confident about their looks. More than a third of men rated themselves a 9 or a 10.
Really?
Compared to 1/4 of women who rated themselves a 9 or a 10.
What do you think you are on a scale of 1 to 10 of attractiveness?
I would say for somebody my age who hasn't let myself look like an old ogre.
An ogre.
I still have my hair. I have my own teeth. I am not overweight. I would say probably a solid 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah,
okay,
that's respectable.
Vaughn, what do you think you are?
I'd also say like about a 6.5. I think it's about a respectable. It's humble. If I go anything higher than a 7, it's like, all right, buddy, get off your high horse. Because I know I'm not all that attractive. My girlfriend's way out of my league.
We give you a hard time, but you're not that ugly.
Yeah, you're not like unattractive. To me, you're just Vaughn. So like, I don't have a thought about what you look like. You're just you're Vaughn.
That's true.
Yeah, like same with you, Dave. You're just Dave.
Yeah,
I don't
get
think
it.
like, oh, Dave looks good today.
Well, you do, but you suppress those feelings.
I do.
You do. What do you give yourself, Bailey?
Probably a 5. I'm going to say I'm a solid 5.
You underestimate yourself.
But I would say like Jenny is like a solid like 7.5.
That's it? I'd say Jenny's up. I would say 8.5.
Well, okay. Well, then, I mean.
See, I look at Jenny as like I look at my sister. I mean, she might be attractive, textbook attractive.
Right.
But I don't find her like, oh, damn. Because Jenny is Jenny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess maybe she is kind of like a 7.75 or like an 8. She's
You're
pretty.
way higher than a 5. You have beautiful
maybe
skin.
Like
you
5.
have beautiful
5.
eyes.
You say I have beautiful skin. I got a giant pimple on my face right now.
I don't see it.
Size
For
is
what
this side?
For what it's worth, whenever you have a giant pimple, you think everybody's looking at it. Nobody notices until you point it out.
Here it is.
I didn't even notice until you pointed out.
There it is. Okay.
Can you put a Band-Aid on it or something? Now it's
I'm
like
going to put one of
winking
those
at me.
star stickers on it so it makes it really obvious.
Waving at me. And then the other one, so there's another quick little story. A couple of kids went on to go to dad's work instead of going to Disney. Let's listen.
Do you want to come? Should we do that or go to dad's work? Should we go on the airplane right now? Or should we go to dad's work?
Dad work.
I don't get it. I don't know why.
That's when, so parents like pick up their kids from school and they're like, okay, we've got to head to dad's work for something or other. And then they'll be like, surprise, we're going to Disney World. We're on our way to the airport right now. And usually the kids are like, oh my God. That's funny that kid was like, nah, don't
dad's
care.
Work. I'll
He's
take
probably
that
too
instead.
cool.
Coming up, we got Dave's Dirt coming up in just a second. We got some gossipy stuff. We got whether the Menendez brothers are going to be let out. And there's some other interesting stuff, too. Hold on. I will dig some up, give you a little preview. There's a celebrity that went on Instagram and said, look, I'm in a polyamorous relationship with 1, 2, 3, 4 women.
Ooh.
And he showed like videos. They were all in the video. And he said, say something nice or move on with your life. We're happy over here. Who is this polyamorous celebrity? And what do you think of the 4 women that are in the polyamorous relationship with him? You're judgy. You know you are. You'll be like, no, I'm so not judgy. You are, especially when they're out of earshot. And we'll do that next on KDWB.
Microphone check. 101.3 KDWB with your chance to see Kendrick Lamar and SZA April 19th at U.S. Bank Stadium. Just text the keyword Saturn to 53921. That's Saturn to 53921. A confirmation text will be sent. Standard message and data rates apply.
It's a big week here on KDWB. We've got the tickets for Kendrick and SZA all week. That ends on Friday, so we've been trying to play. Keep playing. The more you play, the more you listen, the better chance to win. Also, we're doing brackets this week, and it's things that are embarrassing to buy. It's the month of brackets, so things that are embarrassing to buy. Somebody said, why buy them in person anymore? Get them online. You can buy your Preparation H on Amazon. You can buy your enemas on Amazon.
But sometimes what I do like is that when you buy something embarrassing online, sometimes there's an option that you can click that says, do you want this to come delivered to you in a box that has nothing on it so no one will know what it is versus I'm going to order this thing and it's like, giant adult toy
like
for pleasure
on the outside of the box.
That's what they don't want it to say that because that's just as embarrassing.
Giant adult toy, and your kids pick it up off the porch.
Yeah,
what's this, Mom?
I like toys.
Yeah, so now you can click a button that says you want it to be in discreet packaging.
You give me so many questions that are none of my business.
Well, what's your question?
No, I'm not going down that road.
Do you have a comment or concern?
I don't have a concern.
Okay,
Ask me. I'll answer them.
What all are you ordering, Vaughn?
Well, there's the inflatable.
Yeah.
And then there's inflatable number 2.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's the rabbit.
What do you got a rabbit for?
Don't ask questions that you don't want the answers to.
Don't you? You're a magician.
You're ridiculous.
Gosh.
Anyway, the brackets. What do we got? The brackets are narrowed down. Let's go over the brackets for things that you're embarrassed to buy.
So we narrowed it down. Today we have 8 from the 16 we had yesterday. So today, laxatives versus head lice treatment. And right now, head lice is working at 62%.
Okay.
It's in the running. Adult diapers versus an enema. And an enema is leading the way with 53%.
Oh, barely. Okay.
Then you got Plan B versus Prep H.
Okay.
55% are saying Prep H is more embarrassing than Plan B.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then finally, condoms versus adult toys. Of course, adult toys leading the way at 85%. That's a huge difference.
I remember I had a girlfriend one time, and she must have not realized that the Preparation H was on her bathroom sink because you would put that away, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you would put that in the drawer or in your nightstand or in the fridge behind the mayonnaise or something like that. What?
Oh,
so why would you put it in your fridge?
It feels better going in.
You actually, you know what? Valid. You're right.
Trust me when I tell you. Put your Preparation H.
Wait.
Make that a shirt. What?
It would feel better going in.
Put your
it
Preparation
in?
H suppositories in the refrigerator.
It's a suppository?
It can be either, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like an ointment.
It can be, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, Bailey, you're so
terrifying.
young. You're so young and you haven't had babies yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't want, that's what we should have put on the list of suppositories.
I can't wait for, people say that we're big influencers. I can't wait for somebody to come up to me at some KDWB event and say, you know what I learned on your show? Put your Preparation H suppositories in the refrigerator. Dave, game changer. Game changer.
Friday, everybody says that. I hope that's all they say when they see us Friday.
Put them in the fridge.
Hey, what's on Friday, Vaughn?
Oh, we're going to be at Dave & Buster's, Bailey. It's the grand reopening of their the one at Southdale Mall. So we'll be in Edina. And we're doing a bunch of prizes and giveaways. One of them is a year of gameplay at the Dave & Buster's.
I love that so much. I mean, can you imagine going into Dave & Buster's anytime you want?
That'd be super nice.
Relieve some stress by playing games.
Did they name it after you, Dave? Or
because you are an influencer.
Like, who's Buster? Like, is he your
mom,
partner in crime?
Your mom.
My mom.
Your mom. Yeah.
What?
Anyway, we'll see you at Dave & Buster's. We got it's newly remodeled. They got all kinds of the newest modern cool stuff. Bring your kids by. Bring your coworkers by. Come by yourself. You can hang out with us. If you come alone, you're like, I got nobody to hang with. We'll hang with you.
Yeah.
We'll play games and we'll eat and we'll drink and it'll be a lot of fun. Friday, 4 till 6, Southdale Dave & Buster's with KDWB. Put it in the fridge. You'll thank me for it later.
Work can wait. The dirt cannot. Dave's Dirt on KDWB.
I found this story, and it is a big celebrity that we've all heard of. They've actually been in the show before. They've sat right there in the studio, and they say that they're in a polyamorous relationship with 4 women. Who is it, though? It's Neo.
Well, here's the reality of it. I do partnership, not ownership. Sure. You're not my property. I don't even want to own you. I want a partner in this situation. I don't demand exclusivity. I don't ask for it. Nothing like that. If you offer it and I accept, there are rules to follow. Now, on the same side of that, nothing is above a conversation as long as we're being honest. You know what I mean? Nothing is above a conversation. But again, if you offer exclusivity, meaning just me and only me, and I say, all right, you sure you understand that your exclusivity to me doesn't mean exclusivity to you? This is a decision that you're making on your own. If you make that decision and I say, all right, cool. Well, here's the rules that I need you to follow. And if you're cool with that, then we rock. If you're not, we don't. And no love lost. You go your way, I go mine, and it's all good.
Sounds like a partnership.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
I don't know what to think about that one. It sounds like he's an F-boy, honestly. But there are people that I know a couple of people that are polyamorous, and I totally respect it because in every other aspect, they're no different than I am. You know what I mean? They're like normal, nice people. It's just not something that I don't know.
Right, that you like flirt with, in general.
I mean,
polyamory.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
But I don't know that Susan would approve.
I've noticed, because I actually know quite a few, not quite a few, but a couple polyamorous people as well. And I always think that they're almost better at communicating than like any other person in a relationship that I know because they are with many different people. And like Neil was saying that like we need to communicate what we want, what we don't want, like what we're good with. And because it's like not something that you see every single day, like that communication is even more so like paramount for their relationship. And they're just all so good at talking about what they need, what they want, and all of that jazz versus, Joe Schmo and Mary Sue, who are like, we have a problem together right now, but we're not going to talk about it because we don't want to.
It's not a bad point. Yeah. I've also known couples that haven't been together physically in many, many, many months, sometimes years. I like this clip. It's totally different. It's kind of fun. Ringo Starr was doing this the big all-star tour, and he's getting older, and I think it might be one of his last ones. So here's a bunch of artists talking about Ringo and the Beatles, and I'll give them to you in order. Brenda Lee, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, followed by Dolly Parton, followed by Sheryl Crow, Jack White, and then Carly Pearce. And here is the clip of them talking about the Beatles' influence.
Yes, the Beatles opened for me.
Brenda Lee.
I had a lot of fun with Ringo because he's crazy. I just loved him to death. But I toured with him so much, we got to be such good friends. It was phenomenal.
I loved all the Beatles. In
Dolly
fact,
Parton.
when they came out with the first Beatles song, I never had anybody, just bowl me over.
You could tell they were just voracious about learning, getting better, incorporating.
Sheryl Crow.
Expanding. And I think as artists, that's what we all want to do.
The Beatles had a humongous influence on my music, of course, goes without saying. That's like saying, did pizza have an influence on your appetite? I mean, it's just, they're so incredible.
The Beatles revolutionized literally every part of the music business. The bridge of my song, Heart Like a Truck, is definitely inspired by the Beatles. It's a pulsing string section, and I can't help but think of the Beatles every time I get to sing it.
I love the Beatles. Some people don't. Like, Beatles are overrated. Like, okay, we'll have that conversation another time. The fifth season of You is, I don't know if it's out, but the trailer is out. You is the one with the creepy guy who seems so sweet and normal and nice, but he's a murderer.
A murderer?
There isn't a line I wouldn't cross to protect this family.
No. You want us to kill everyone who's suspicious of us for the rest of our lives.
Is that so wrong? If it's for the right reasons.
Joe Goldberg is back, and he's in New York because that's where the first season was, and then he went to different places. So now he's back. I think he's going back to the bookstore that he worked at originally. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, I love that show.
And it comes out April 24th.
Oh, it's that far away?
Yeah, April 24th.
Gotcha. This is Millie Bobby Brown using an American accent. She talked about when she's around the Bon Jovi family because she's married to John Bon Jovi's son. And around that family, she'll talk with an American accent.
I actually call it the accent gate because it's like so frustrating because that was like everywhere. Like for a second, like everyone was talking about my accent and they had a real problem about it. And I was like, guys, like I'm married to an American.
Even her, I think she can do a better American accent than that because it's a little bit like still not quite there.
I still want to do this entire show in an accent at one point in time. I want us to do a whole show where we do the transatlantic accent and make it seem like we're doing an old radio show. I think that'd be real fun. Millie Bobby Brown.
That'd be kind of hard to do, but, maybe one day when you have your own radio show, you can do that.
Someone just texted and said today's one of the best, most hilarious shows in forever, and then Bailey said that, and they took their text back.
They
They said, actually, I changed my mind.
I think it's true. Between coming up, Man, I Feel Like a Woman, Shania Twain, that came up on the show, followed by somebody who was talking crap about their cousin. Their cousin was listening and then called in, and they were arguing a little bit. And then the fact that we all learned to put your Preparation H suppositories in the refrigerator is a life changer.
And now the transatlantic accent. Wendy Williams, hospitalized, evaluated. First responders rushed her to the Lenox Hill Hospital.
You know, probably back in 1940, you would have thrived in radio.
Thank
now
you.
You're hanging on by your,
I'm holding on.
By a thread.
Yeah.
That is The Dirt, brought to you by 612 Injured, Heimer and Lammer's Injury Law. We'll be right back on KDWB. We ain't going anywhere. We're going to have that keyword for you. This is the last week for the keywords for Kendrick and SZA, so keep listening for that. We'll be right back on KDWB. I want to tell you a little story, and probably Bailey doesn't want me to tell you this story, but I'm going to tell you the story and see if Bailey will jump in and help us get the details of something she screwed up that nobody has ever screwed up before in the history of screwing up. Coming up next on KDWB. Quiz, you ready? Who has set the standard in weight loss, giving you real results that last? The answer is Livia Weight Control Centers.